Good morning. It is Tuesday, April the 22nd. Good to have you with us. I'm Todd Duplantis, and we're live in the HCCTV studios this morning with Up to the Minute. And it's Earth Day today.
It is Earth Day.
Benji Escobar joining me now. You got anything special planned for today?
I'm not using any water today, except the shower I took today in the morning.
Oh, okay. All right. All right.
Conserving the water.
Every little bit helps, Benji. Every little bit helps. But we wish you a very happy Earth Day, and hopefully you off to a great day this Tuesday. We want to thank everybody joining us on our Facebook and YouTube. Of course, we're on YouTube, Facebook, all social media platforms. You can catch us, and then also they can also watch us on our cable channel, Benji.
Yes, we are live on the Houston Community College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston Community College District. We're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCCTV, where you can catch a rebroadcast of this show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
So today we're got a couple of special guests. Number one, we're welcoming back HCC Student Club, which is recruiting members to discuss the importance of being kind. Pedro Garcia is an HCC student and president of the Kindness Club. Welcome to the show, Pedro.
Thank you, Todd, and good morning. I'm glad to be here today.
Yeah, we're looking forward to hearing about the Kindness Club and what you guys are all about. So stick around. We'll be with you in about 10 minutes. Okay, we're going to kick things off. It's graduation time, and one of HCC's star programs is ready to present awards to its student leaders. Dr. Derek Irvin is the Vast Academy Program Director and Eagles Club Advisor. Welcome back to the show, Derek.
Thank you, Todd. Good to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
Now, I know you got a big event coming up later this month, but let's start with a brief highlighting of the upcoming Eagles Club Student Leader Awards Banquet.
Yeah, the Student Eagles Club Awards Banquet is going to be held on April 30th at the Central Campus in the J.B. Whiteley Building, 11 a.m. The Eagles Club was relaunched back late fall of 2024. We have some, 60-something student members, believe it or not, some 60-something students that are part of the club. That also includes HISD's 18 Plus program. After launching in early December of 2024, the students, not I, the students elected all of their officers, a president, a vice president, 2 secretaries, and then 6 different coordinators. They decided that they wanted to host the very first Vast Academy Student Awards Leadership Banquet, and that's what we're going to be having in just short of 2 weeks.
So tell us, what's the mission of the Eagles Club? And I know they do a lot of community service projects. Maybe you can tell us about that.
Yeah, it's a lot of things. That's a really good question. It's a lot of things. We can talk 2 hours on that. But in short, when we look at the mission statement, it is all about leadership. It is about service. It is about community building. It is friendship. And lastly, it is fun. One of the statements I often think about, particularly when I was during my college days, was if you found a job that you loved, then you would never work a day in your life. And so one of the foundational aspects of the Eagles Club is having fun. They develop friendships, lifelong friendships, community service. When we look at what we do as a community college, in terms of being relevant, we design programming around teaching and providing knowledge and skill sets to those in the community. And beyond that, our students are learning to also network with community partners, particularly those that are part of the IDD community, or those that work with students that are part of the IDD community. When we say IDD, we mean intellectually developmentally disabled people. I am trying to get on board with the new movement in talking about other abilities, but our students are working with those in the community to build these partnerships so that the community at large can understand the needs of those that are part of the IDD community.
I know you mentioned that the Eagles Club members elected their own president. Their president this year is Lauryn Huffman, and I understand she has a number of accolades. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about her.
Yeah, that's another 2 hours. Really, truly, honestly, the Vast Academy, honest to God, is one of the best kept secrets. Our incredible director, Sue Maraska, started the program a number of years ago. We're in our 35th year. And Lauren is just one of the very latest examples of what we're doing with our students in the program. She was elected, not selected. She was elected by her fellow students to be president. Um, she has done a most incredible job as president over the last 4 or 5 months. She also has her own business, event planning business. She and other students participated in an event called the AAPD voting event. There was a voting event that the American Association of People with Disabilities had an event on campus last year. Lauren was a part of that effort where they went in and learned all things about what are the accommodations or the rights of those with disabilities. The second part of that was Lauren was one of several students across the nation that applied for an internship in DC. She was the one student in the Bass Academy that was selected. She is going to be going here just over a month from now for a paid internship in Washington, D.C. for 3 months. And recently, she just received her acceptance letter to St. Thomas University. And so when we have our student awards, leadership awards banquet here in a couple of weeks, she's going to be one of the student speakers at that event.
I understand she's also going to be heavily involved with the VASS graduation. She's doing the student address there as well. She's a VASS scholar as well.
She is a VASS scholar, and she will be representing the student body at this year's VASS Academy's graduation in May.
That's a great deal. If you haven't seen the VASS graduation, incredible time of the year. One of our favorite ceremonies here at HCC. Okay. Finally, Lauren, I believe, had the honor of attending the mayor's office for people with disabilities, honoring and meeting with their director. Was it Angel Ponce as well, right?
That is correct. And so that goes back to part of what we do in VASS when we look at our mission statement, service and leadership. And so she attended the event with one of our other leadership members here at the program. She was able to get up in front of the body and speak about all things for those that are part of the disability community. And so we're doing some incredible things in the VASS Academy. Lauren is just one of the very latest examples of that. And we're just excited to see where she's going to be, going here after graduation. We know the sky's the limit for her and for other students.
What you said she's going to be going to St. Thomas after she's finished the VASS program. Is that correct?
Yes, she just sent me a picture of her acceptance letter. May have been about 10 days ago, and she'll be starting at St. Thomas later this fall.
What will she be studying there?
They have a program. It's a 2-year program, a 2-year associate's degree program for students that are part of the IDD community. 2-year program, and so beyond that, she'll be able to leave St. Thomas and move on to her bachelor's, which she's expressed to me that she's interested moving on to a bachelor's beyond St. Thomas. We'll keep in touch with her as she moves to matriculate through St. Thomas to help her with any questions that she might have beyond St. Thomas University.
That's an incredible story. Let me ask you this, just for those who may be interested in the banquet, in the graduation, tell us the dates of each of them.
Yeah, so the VASS Academy Student Eagles Club Student Awards Banquet is going to be April 30th at 11 a.m. at the Learning Hub at the Central Campus. If they'd like to email me directly, you can email me directly. That's derek.irvin, DEREK.Irvin, that's IRV as in Victor, IN at hccs.edu, or you can just call me directly at the office and at 713-718-8360. We have a space for about 12 more attendees. We're limited to 77 attendees, and right now we have about 12 more spots that are open for that event.
We'll have all the information in our social media post as well. Derek, thanks for being here. Dr. Derek Irvin, VASS Academy Program Director and Eagles Club Advisor. Thanks for being here.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, Todd.
All right. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, Benji's got a special guest talking about kindness in a club.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
It's really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
We're back on Up to the Minute, and now we have Pedro Garcia. He's an HCC student and president of the Club Kindness. Welcome back to the show, Pedro, or to the show, not back, but to the show.
Thank you, Benji. I'm so glad to be here today.
Well, we're excited to have you, and we're looking forward about learning more about HCC's club devoted to kindness. But first, tell us about your background. I mean, tell us about, high school, college, and what you're working on.
So yeah, obviously my name is Pedro Garcia, but I'm also 18 years old, and this is my second semester of my first year. I graduated from Michael E. DeBakey High School for Health Professions last year in June, and since then, I've kind of been on this strange journey. In high school, I wasn't very active, I would say. I was really only in 3 clubs throughout it: an athletic running club, a volunteer club, and my school student council. But at a school as competitive as Michael E. DeBakey, I knew that I could do much more and obviously be much more. And so these kind of choices led me to HCC, and they led me to where I am today. It means that I've had this great opportunity to join so many clubs and go to so many events and to actually find things that I can connect with. Whenever I had reached out to Miss Danielle Stagg in January, or I believe February actually, I didn't know what would become of kind of the goals and projects that I have today. But regardless, they came to fruition, and throughout those kind of months that I worked with her, we assembled a team of students. We outlined goals and projects, and hopefully by the end of today, actually, we'll have hosted our first event over at the Central Campus at 12 p.m. We want to connect so many people to each other, and we want to be able to have an organization that actually can connect people from different clubs, different backgrounds, just everywhere and anywhere that we can.
Awesome. And so tell us exactly what Club Kindness is. I mean, what do y'all do there? I mean, it kind of sounds like you could tell from the name, but I mean, I really want to get down to it and how it happened and what it's all about.
So Club Kindness, I believe, is a mission. We want to cultivate this culture of kindness, compassion, and empathy throughout Houston Community College. We want to invite students from across HCC to join because we believe that HCC needs an organization like this one as much as our organization needs students. Again, we want to connect people from different backgrounds and different majors and try to see not their similar differences, but their different similarities. We have a lot of, and I mean a lot of good reasons to join, and I think that's kind of what we'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah, I mean, do y'all do any volunteer work, or what do y'all really do? I mean, get down to it.
All right, yeah, I guess we'll get straight into it. So primarily, we offer 2 big things, and that's volunteer opportunities and leadership opportunities. We want to be able to have volunteers go to hospitals, clinics, churches, mosques, synagogues, as well as just food pantries or food banks, and anywhere that we can find people to kind of take part in helping the community in any way they can. That's what we want to do. Obviously, though, those prior examples that I mentioned are kind of the priorities, especially I think hospitals, because as someone who has sort of this background in health, going to such a high school focused on health, that's definitely something that we're going to try to see if we can like partner with hospitals to get people involved.
Yeah.
On the other hand, leadership opportunities is something that I was thinking about how we can do that because most clubs, I think, they don't tend to offer leadership opportunities broadly. They have an elected board of officers, obviously, but often they don't exactly provide, I guess, enough leadership opportunities. One of the things that kind of sets us apart is that we're actually going to have something called committees. If anyone's kind of familiar with a committee, they're essentially this a group of people who come together and sort of organize kind of a project or goal to work towards. Within our club, we hope that we can have students be able to form committees through our approval and become these committee leads or committee vice leads or simply a committee member. So that way they can actually have something to work towards.
Yeah.
And from that, we hope that people kind of build up their leadership skills so that they themselves can start to kind of organize perhaps their own clubs and their own projects. So that's kind of another thing about club kindness that's really important.
Well, I mean, man, I feel like you are doing great things out there, and always when I've done volunteer work, it always feels good at the end when you're done with everything, like doing things at the food bank and stuff like that. I mean, it must be a great time to be part of Club Kindness, isn't it?
It is. It's very much in its early stages, but I think with the potential it has and the kind of reach that we want to have, I think Club Kindness can be one of these organizations that invites hundreds and hundreds of members throughout the throughout the hopeful and long future ahead of us.
Yeah, and let me ask you, so it's a kind of like a newer club. Is this something that you started, or do you know the history behind it, how it started? I mean, you are the president right now as it stands, but I want to know a little bit
Yes.
more about how Club Kindness came to be.
So, Club Kindness is an idea that's been in the works for, I believe, a little bit more than a year. Dr. Danielle Stagg has been working pretty diligently on it, and really, it really took off whenever I reached out to her and started getting things rolling. One of the things that I find important is taking that initiative. And for me, as silly as it is, one of the things that really promoted that initiative was as strange as it is, I'll mention, is that I remember playing this mobile game and it had this very inspirational quote in it, and it was called the Battle Cats. It's silly, but
Mhm.
as someone who saw that kind of quote about kindness and saw something that someone was working towards, Dr. Danielle Stack, to actually have an organization focused on the kind of service work that I think is necessary, it really inspired me to kind of put all my, maybe not all my eggs in one basket, but to kind of work actively towards this organization's future and success. And so now, throughout throughout the throughout this semester, I've been working very, very hard to get everything in order, from drafting the constitution to planning events to
Yeah.
recruiting members and to assembling an officer team.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, I mean, you've had some recruitment events, like one today. How is it that people can join? Who can join? I mean, tell us all about that.
There's a lot of ways to join. One of the quickest ways I imagine that you'll be able to join is simply reaching out to me or Dr. Danielle Stagg. But we also plan on posting up flyers throughout the various campuses. We also just have a lot of well, not a lot of officers, but we are going to have officers throughout the different campuses, and they'll work towards recruiting members across HCC. Joining is really simply a matter of filling out our members form, joining our, I believe, GroupMe, and just keeping updated with us through kind of various means such as our Instagram. There's a lot to be said about how to join Club Kindness, but as long as you take the first steps to reach out, we'll reach our hands out as well.
So, and let me ask you this because we're getting here towards the end of the interview. Um, Out of all the acts of kindness that y'all have done, I guess you could say, which one has probably been your favorite that you kind of left feeling, I feel like a great person because of this?
So I think one of the things that I am very proud of right now is that I'm working towards the community of Club Kindness. I want to be able to facilitate more than anything a community of people to gather together and connect with each other. And to that extent, I have this kind of, I guess, quote unquote group chat
Mhm.
for our members called Increase Awesome. And
Mhm.
with that, it's kind of just this way to share kind of what's happening in your life and what you think is really, which is really awesome, right? That's I think the most important thing, the community that I've been able to kind of start up and assemble within Club Kindness. I hope that it grows in the future, and it's just wonderful.
Oh man, I really do hope it grows out for you and works out, and keep spreading the cheer and kindness of what we Houstonians are here in the city. So I mean, congrats to you, man, and I wish you the best in all your endeavors.
I wish you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. He is Pedro Garcia, an HCC student and president of Club Kindness. We'll have all of your info in our post after the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much. You have a great rest of your day, Benjamin.
Thank you. You too. All right, coming up next, we have a quick commercial break, but then Todd and I will return with some news and announcements, so stay tuned.
At Houston Community College, we make your lessons matter. Open the door to real-world education, where passions become careers. Find out more at hccs.edu and let your success take flight.
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me. I finally like knew that I had somebody.
Welcome back to Up to the Minute. As we mentioned at the top of the show, it is Earth Day, and HCC Southeast College is getting in on a celebration with 2 activities, and you can catch both if you'd like. The Office of Student Life and Rec Sports welcomes students to join the festivities by painting a pot and planting a seed in honor of Earth Day. In the afternoon, Women Rise will present a guest speaker to discuss Empowered to Bloom and also design a pot and plant a flower as a symbol of growth. It's happening from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. Eastside Student Life Lobby, and the Empowered to Bloom event is happening 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. today. That's at the Angela Morales building. For more information, check our post after the show. And it looks like the Spring Branch campus has got a diaper giveaway.
Yeah, I might need that soon. So no, I'm kidding. HCC has invited Molina Healthcare Mom Club to give away free diapers and offer parenting resources to HCC students 3 times this semester. This month's offering is on Wednesday, April 23rd from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the HCC Spring Branch campus. So check out our post after the show for more information.
As we had last week on the show, director of Wind in the Willows was here, and that's a production that's ongoing starting tomorrow, Wednesday 23rd through Monday, April 28th. It's at the HCC Stafford Fine Arts Center. The Wind in the Willows, famous children book, told many times and when you're a kid. So it involves a frog or a toad who likes fast cars. There's fights in it, and apparently it's kind of, they brought it up to like a different level with this.
Is it like that right on Disney? I don't know if you've ever been to that one, Mr. Toads or something.
I think that's, I think it's
based on that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So that's happening. Check it out. It's at the Stafford Fine Arts Center. It's free. Just go online and get yourself some tickets. And we've got a truck rodeo coming up too.
Ooh, don't tell me rodeo. Yeah. All right, commercial truck drivers from industries across the region will compete in HCC's famous truck rodeo, hosted at the Northeast campus. This will take place Saturday, April 26th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Like I said, at the Northeast campus, Roland Smith Academy. So check out our post after the show for more info.
Maybe it's Roland Smith Academy.
Roland? What did I say? Roland?
No, it's
Roland. Roll. Okay, I get it. You're going to play on words.
Yeah.
All right.
Never mind. Whenever you're choral ensemble concerts taking place. The 2025 HCC concert features its own presentations and welcome guest ensembles for what it calls an evening of harmony and inspiration. That's Tuesday, April the 29th, 7:30 p.m. It's free, but you can also check our post after the show for more information on tickets. Summer registration registration is ongoing, but now's the time to do it.
Yes, make the most of summer by locking in classes to stay on track. HCC classes are still offered in a variety of programs, semester lengths, and a range of modalities, including online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, and hybrid lab. To learn more about HCC programs, start dates, and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply.
So tomorrow we'll spotlight the Staff Senate. They're hosting their elections for a new slate of officers. And I've walked past this place numerous times, always wanted to try it out. Winnie's Sandwiches and Cocktails, right down the street on
Me
Main
and
Street.
Carlos just went right after the art car parade.
Did you go there?
We went there. We had
Was it good?
It was a good burger, good
Okay.
fries, good environment,
They're
good
gonna
drinks.
Yeah, they're gonna be on the show tomorrow.
Awesome.
Yeah. So belated Tasty Tuesday, kind of switched around
Yeah.
for his birthday. Anyway, thanks for being here on the show. We'll be back tomorrow live at 10 a.m.